A lot of people who are considering moving to Ghana have been curious about what kind of businesses do well out this way. There are several businesses you can start in Ghana, and each type of business requires a completely different skill set in order to establish something successful. In this video, we're going to get to know Nana. Nana has set up a bakery in one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Accra, Ghana. Let's get to know her a little bit and find out exactly how she made it happen. I hope you guys enjoy the video. So, can you run me through some of the challenges that you experienced trying to set up the shop, running the shop?
Well, I keep maintained prices since last year. I haven't changed prices.
How do you do that? How do you maintain the prices and still make a profit? So what has been some of the good things about having a shop? Do you feel like finding a space to have a shop around East Legon, do you feel like it's a difficult thing?
Generally, East Legon shops are expensive because it's a prime location.
And where do you go to buy your stuff in full?
Everything is in Ghana. Everything.
Hey guys, today I'm in East Legon. I'm in one of the popular bakeries around here. East Legon is a very affluent part of Ghana. It's within Accra, very prime. Everybody has heard of East Legon. To be able to establish a business here and have it running will take a completely different set of skills and expertise and experience and all that good stuff. So I'm excited about today's video. Today we get to speak to Nana, who has established a bakery out here. Come with me to chat to Nana, the owner of House of Cakes.
Most people are under the impression that you have to wear gloves is like the cleanest. But honestly, if you're working with clean hands, once it gets dirty, you wash it again. But when you're wearing gloves, you have the tendency of using it for
over and over again.
And it transfers germs and stuff. So. So here's my kitchen. This is where all the action happens. And we're going to make you a red velvet cupcake today, and we'll show you the process. We hope you enjoy.
That's like my favorite type of cake.
Yeah, because the last time you loved it, so I decided that why not make it.
That's so sweet. You guys, a little backstory. So I came here, my friend told me, I think she got meat pies here or something. And she was like, so she told me about this place, and I was like, okay, let me come get the pies. And then I saw the cakes and I couldn't resist. So I was like, let me try it. And then I sat in the car, I took a bite of the cake, I was like, oh, I need to get more.
You came back.
Yes, I came back the same day. And Nana was just so sweet. So I was like, oh, I want to interview this lady. So
thank you.
I'm excited. So what have we got? What do we need for a red velvet cake?
Over here, we have margarine or butter. We have some oil. I have sugar and I have vanilla in there. And then here I have a mixture of flour, some cocoa powder, some red food color, and then our leavening, which is baking powder and baking soda. And then our eggs are room temperature. And then we've got here buttermilk. So we're going to cream our margarine and oil sugar mix. I really like shortcuts, so I'm always finding very easy and fast ways of decorating cakes. So yeah.
If you're making cakes on like this scale, you need to find shortcuts.
Yes, otherwise you're always going to be on edge because it's time consuming, so you have to plan.
So who taught you how to make cakes?
It's actually self-taught.
Oh really? Oh, okay.
For me, at this point, it's fine.
Okay.
Because I'm going to mix every other thing. So in order to avoid over mixing the cake batter, I'm fine with this. So the next thing that's going to go in, eggs.
So out of all things you could learn on YouTube, you chose baking.
Baking. You know, so there's a backstory. I actually started with makeup.
Oh, okay.
And then I realized that it wasn't really my thing because I don't like wearing makeup just once in a while.
Okay.
And I made an ice cream cake, which was very simple. My friends loved it. And because of how they hyped me, I'm like, okay, maybe there's something there. So let me look into it. And
here you are.
Here we are. 9 years later.
Oh wow.
10 years next year.
Okay.
So here now, I'm going to just add my flour mixture.
Okay. Is there a reason why you don't use just regular milk?
With the buttermilk, it adds with the moisture that it gives the cake. And I find that regular milk, like the tin, is too heavy. So this is perfect for me. And I love the taste that it gives it too. So yes, flour mix. And then I'm always cutting corners, so we are going to add our milk.
Okay.
And then so that's it.
What's your favorite type of cake?
I'm more of a fruity person, so I love lemon with like berries.
Okay.
So maybe my favorite cake will actually be a white chocolate raspberry. Because I have some secret ingredients in there.
Oh, really?
Take it to the next level. Our cake butter is ready. You can actually. What does it taste like? I use an electric oven. So turn it on here. This is the time. This is the temperature. I usually like to bake cake at 170 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
And then I love the fan option.
Okay.
So this is it. And
That's
then,
what keeps it moist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it doesn't overbake it. And this is my timer. So when the cupcakes go in, I set on the time. Once it goes off, it's ready.
Then you're done. What's your most popular cake that sells the most?
Because everything goes.
Okay.
Sometimes people really love lemon. There's a time when people are digging chocolates.
Okay.
And other times people are all for vanilla. So it varies.
Okay. So you make equal batches of everything most of the time?
Equal batches of everything most of the time. But I also think that people love chocolate because sometimes I find myself baking maybe chocolate twice.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. I guess chocolate is probably the most popular.
Yeah.
Generally speaking. Yeah. Everybody knows about chocolate cakes and vanilla cakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those flavors are a little boring to me.
Yeah.
I personally would do more than that.
You guys, I'm a baker today. I'm usually just the person that eats the cake when it's ready, but
today you get to bake the cake.
Yeah.
You're actually really doing good.
Really?
Yeah. You bake, you cook.
I cook, but I don't bake.
You did good.
Hey, perfect. Will you hire me?
I will.
Oh.
So this is going to go into the oven for 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Is that quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's cupcakes, so they bake really fast.
Okay.
So I'm going to set my temperature for 15 minutes.
So from learning how to make cakes from YouTube to owning this shop, can you run me through how you got here? Because I don't think you started the shop straight away.
No.
Yeah.
The shop is actually almost a year.
Okay.
So we're a year this month actually.
Okay.
Journey, it's been fun, it's been stressful, but it's been fulfilling.
Yeah.
Because I find that it's something that I'm very passionate about.
Okay.
And surprisingly, I don't like cooking, so finding myself in the baking space is just a surprise to me.
Yeah.
So that whole baking thing, like I told you earlier, started with me making an ice cream cake for my friends and they were raving about it. So I'm like, okay, maybe there's something there. Let me look more into baking. So I started watching a lot of YouTube videos. My sisters already had hand mixer and some of the things that I needed to start in the house, so I started practicing with those. And we already had an oven, so that's where I started.
Okay.
And then I would make cakes and then make friends.
Were you selling it to them then?
Yes.
Okay.
When I started, I'll make 3 cakes. But then I think I started in 2014. So by 2014 December, that was when I actually officially started selling cakes for Christmas. So I was doing my service then. So I'll tell my colleagues at work that I make cakes. Sometimes I'll take cake to work. So that's where the confidence in me started building. It was a hit and miss sometimes because you're practicing with people's orders and stuff, and then taking in the feedback, practicing on decorating, and finding a niche for myself. So yeah, it's been up and down, and I was working from home. I think since 2018 I quit my job.
What were you doing?
I was working with an investment bank. I was his personal assistant. And I was doing admin at the same time for him. So I was with him for I think 2 years, and then that was when the orders kept coming, and I felt like I had divided attention. So then at that time I had to make a choice. So I had a conversation with him because he was a really cool boss. I used to make cakes for him and also I made the decision. It was tough leaving the corporate world, but I took a step of faith and here we are.
Wow. Okay. So prior to you starting to officially do cakes, did you always want to work in the baking industry, or you just happened to find yourself there? What did you want to do?
I don't know what I wanted to do.
Okay.
I just knew that I wanted to make money, but then I wasn't decided. I just come out of uni. I did my service with SIC.
Okay.
I was part of the marketing department. So at the time, I honestly didn't know. I just knew that I wanted to make money, and a part of me felt like I would do things for myself, so I might go into entrepreneurship, but I hadn't fully developed or figured out what it is that I wanted to do.
Okay. What did you study in uni?
I read sociology and social work.
Oh, okay.
But in high school, I actually read business.
Oh, okay.
So I think the two go hand in hand in a way, because with business, you need to be able to understand human behavior, and it's tough. You need a lot of it.
You do.
Yeah.
In the times that you were doing the working from home, making cakes and things like that, how were you thinking about having a shop eventually, or you wanted to run it from home? What did you picture your business to look like eventually? Like,
there was a part of me that wanted a shop at some point, and there was a part of me that loved the comfort and the convenience of working from home. But I knew that in order to be able to get the brand out there, for people to actually have confidence in the brand, I will have to move from home at a point. And I also wanted to experience what having a shop was like, because if you're working from home, you have the convenience of time. You don't necessarily have to deal with a lot of customers beforehand. So you choose what to do. And I didn't want to get too comfortable too, so I'm like, okay, you know what? Even though I'm afraid, let me do it and see how that's going to be. And when I was taking the step and getting the shop, I was thinking, I'll try it. If it doesn't work, I'll go back home. So,
what were some of the steps you took once you decided that you wanted to experiment
with the shop? Location.
Burn prime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Location was a major factor, and also taking into consideration the things that you need on a daily to run a shop, because I was coming from taking just pre-orders for cakes and pastries to having to make these things every day. So considering that I'm the kind of person that always likes to plan, so I don't have to waste time and always be on the same thing, because it can get boring, I had to figure out how I was going to do that. So besides the location, figuring out a plan on how the shop was going to run, like the structure, the things I was going to do, and the kind of tools and equipment I'll need to be able to make everything run smoothly and easy. So those were the two major things that I had to consider.
Did you have any help putting it together?
With the shop? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, for family.
Okay.
For family, yeah.
Did you always know you wanted to be in East Legon, or you just happened to?
It just happened.
Okay, so how did you find it?
My auntie, so she introduced me to the place.
Okay.
And then, it wasn't planned actually, it happened very quickly. In the space of about 2 months, then we're here. So at the beginning of last year, I didn't think I was going to open a shop. I was entertaining the idea, but it's not something that I knew for certain that I was going to have the shop by the end of the year. So it just happened.
Okay. So are you glad you have a shop now?
I am, but it's tough.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I am, but for the most part, I'm grateful. Yes, I'm happy that I took that step. Yeah.
Okay. So can you run me through some of the challenges that you experienced trying to set up the shop, running the shop, that you didn't experience when you were working from home?
Okay, so setting up the shop was last year, September, because I opened in October. At the time, prices of things had gone up. So everything was expensive. And then running the shop, I was surprised by how expensive it is to run a commercial business, because the commercial rates for electricity, water is wild. And also if you're in East Legon, it's a lot. And also there are so many taxes that you have to pay to the government as a shop owner. And for a small business that's starting up, it can be frustrating, because you are starting the business and hoping to make profits and expand, but then there are so many demands from the government for taxes and all of that. So those were the shock to me, because at home nobody's coming to you to pay any kind of tax.
That's right. It's like you get your money and you keep it all.
Exactly. And then electricity bills, it's not a commercial rate.
Yeah.
Water bill is not a commercial rate.
Yeah.
But over here it's a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the challenge. But
yeah, in Ghana generally, like I feel like because they're not so strict with taxes. I mean, it's supposed to be compulsory, but if you're running a business from a business and people don't really know addresses and things like that, once you have a shop, you're exposed. Like everyone knows that you're here, so they can usually come and find you.
Everybody is coming to you.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because if you're getting those licenses and things like that, that can be a challenge as well. Yeah. Okay, and how has the experience been running the shop now?
So far, so good, but also so far, so stressful.
Okay, so what has been good? What has been stressful?
Stressful in the sense that I have to wake up every day and come to work, and then every day is different. Sometimes there are things that you come and meet that you have to handle like there and then. You can't make the decision to put it aside because you're going to have customers walking, and you can't say that you're not going to attend to those things. So I think that that's been the stressful part, and also getting people to understand the prices of things have gone up and adjusting pricing. It's always tough on business owners. Okay, let me speak for me. It's tough on me when I have to change prices or adjust them because I also understand that the economic crisis, it runs across. So I'm not trying to increase prices because I'm trying to make abnormal profits, but also because prices of the raw materials have gone up. And in order to be able to stay afloat, sometimes we have to adjust these prices. And getting customers to understand that can be a little tough sometimes. For our cakes, we've maintained prices since last year. I haven't changed prices.
Wow.
So some people might not know, but that's what it is. And we're just trying to be a little understanding of the situation and then manage as much as we can.
How do you do that? How do you maintain the prices and still make a profit?
So you're going to make just enough. Sometimes not at all. So depending on the kind of orders that you're getting. So also I've learned to buy in bulk and also from like direct supply, so that it also helps to cut cost and all of that. So we're going to adjust prices soon, but for now I think that I want everybody to enjoy one full year of House of Cakes running without the increase in cost, because we're just being mindful of things like that.
Well, you guys better come here before the prices change.
Yes, tell them.
Because the first time I came and I tried to pay you and I got the cake, I was like, what?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Because I love these type of things. Every time I see a shop that has some kind of pastry, I'll go and check it out. And most places that I've been, this is not the price.
The price, yeah.
Yes, I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was like, East Legon and it's this price.
Yeah.
Everybody can buy from here.
Yeah.
Like
Thank you.
And it still tastes nice. It's not like it's compromised because it's affordable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should encourage people to come here because honestly, we're giving them value for money, and the quality is something that I don't compromise on. So I hope that through this video they will be able to see that it's not overpriced and it's affordable.
Oh no, it really isn't. It really isn't. I'll put some of the prices on the screen so that you guys know what I'm talking about. It's insane. But you saw us making cupcakes earlier. It's ready, so we're gonna take it out and then we'll ask the rest of the questions.
Okay.
That was so quick.
Yeah. So it's ready. It's hot. So in order to make sure the cake is ready, I'm going to test it. Once it comes out clean, our cake is ready. So yeah, 15 minutes and we're out.
I think another thing that stood out to me about this place was how fresh everything was. Because, when it comes to baking, most people, aside, I guess bread in Ghana, most of the time it's fresh. But when it comes to these type of things, it's rare that you find people that will bake every day. So how do you manage to do that?
We prep. I prep ahead of time. So in the mornings when we come, I think that we kind of spoke about, I was telling you that there isn't much to do in the mornings because what we're doing is we're baking stuff. So if we have to make pies, we prep the day before, so in the mornings we bake them fresh. And also we batch bake, so we are not baking a large quantity at a time. So when we run out, then we'll bake again. So it keeps the freshness so that we're able to give you guys good stuff.
Fresh stuff. Okay, that's really good. So I mean, I've had Rockies, I've had pie, I've had the cupcakes. What else do you have?
Fish.
Oh, you make quiche?
Yeah, and sausage roll.
Okay.
Spring roll samosas.
Okay.
And donuts.
Okay.
Also for drinks, milkshakes, we have different flavors. And then fresh fruit juice. And we have cake slices, cheesecakes, brownies, any kind of pastry you can think about, I can make that.
Okay.
And sometimes we have banana cake slices on the loaf.
Okay.
And then carrot cake only on order.
And how do you decide, how did you decide what kind of pastries to offer here at the shop?
So in the beginning, I put everything on display and then we test run them. So I came to the conclusion that pie is something that people buy every day. They also love spring rolls and samosa, and then they like the sausage rolls.
Yeah.
And people surprisingly really love donuts. I'm not big on donuts, so because we did the test run, I was able to tell what they love. So those are the ones that we offer on a daily. But every other thing, if you come and we don't have it on the shelf, you can pre-order what we make it for you.
Oh, okay. But does that depend on the quantity?
Depends on the quantity.
Yes. I doubt you make just one pie. So what has been some of the good things about having a shop for you?
Random people walking in and trying your stuff and loving it.
Yeah.
And also being able to interact with the clients one-on-one. Because sometimes working from home, we just order, we deliver. So this experience actually getting personal with the consumers is I love it. And the feedback, it's not always positive, but for the most part, I'm able to grow from what their concerns are, and I'm very accommodating of what their concerns are. So if you come here and then you tell us that this and this is what you require of us, definitely we're going to attend to your needs. So, yeah, and with having a shop, you're making sales every day. So unlike being at home where it becomes like an order-based something, with a shop, definitely someone is walking in to purchase something. So those are some of the benefits of running a shop. Yes, and people getting to know that, oh, there's a new baby here, and then they can try it out.
Can you share any stories of any not so positive feedback you received?
Not so positive feedback, it wouldn't be on taste. Actually, so I mean, that's not surprising because people can generally be fussy, but let's say a client would order something and we don't get all the details because sometimes you assume that this is what they are implying. So maybe they'll give you free rein because they'll tell you, oh, I want this cake, but then they're not being specific on maybe the color. And then you're like, okay, I've done this color too many times, let me change that. And then also, when a client picks up a cake and they don't tell you that there are instructions on the board, on the box actually. So they're not telling you that maybe they're going on a long distance. If you tell us ahead of time, we'll freeze the cake for you so that it makes transport easy. So maybe someone will call you and tell you that maybe 3 hours into his journey and then his cake is melted, but he did not tell us. So some of these things, so most of the time when someone will order here, would ask them all the information. Some people hate it, some people are very accommodating with it. But because we are also trying to give them the best advice on the aftercare, because once you take it from here, it's your responsibility. Yes.
How do you get customers aside from people seeing and walking in? Is there other ways that you advertise your business?
Instagram. Sometimes we have people promote, but for the most part, it's through recommendation, and we have a lot of repeat customers. We have more repeat customers, and with the shop, we're getting new customers on a daily that are becoming repeat customers. So I think that that's also one benefit. But when it comes to advertisement, word of mouth, and making use of social media,
do you feel like finding a space to have a shop around East Legon, so do you feel like it's a difficult thing? If you didn't have somebody who knew or directed you to this place, do you feel like it would have been a more difficult process?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Because most of the time, you might assume that the shops are occupied, and maybe you might be looking in the wrong direction. You might think that, oh, on this stretch, because maybe you're driving past it and it looks like all the shops are occupied, but they're actually not. And also, if you do know somebody that knows the owner, maybe they can, in terms of pricing, so they can adjust pricing for you. So, because generally, East Legon shops are expensive because it's a prime location.
And has it been worth it so far having a shop, do you feel, or?
There are days that I feel like it's worth it, if I'm being honest. And there are days where I feel like I'm better off at home. But days that like sales are really good and then you have customers coming in, even if they are not buying, but the interaction, because they want to know what you have and all of that, it makes it fulfilling. And there are days, or maybe there's some times where you can go a weekend, sales is extremely slow, you don't really have people walking in, which is the reality of what it is, and you're like, it's not worth it. And it's so surprising that it's around those times where you have electricity bill going over the roof, something, maybe your machine is breaking down, there are things that you have to change. And then because you're running a shop, when you're restocking, you have to restock in bulk because there are so many different products that you make that you have to restock for. So it's not like you're making just cakes and you're restocking for cakes. So I think that those are some of the challenges, and you're like, but I mean, you're going through it, and it's just a year, almost a year, so it would be too quick to say that it's not worth it, but yeah.
And where do you go to buy your stuff in bulk?
I shop from different places, and some of the suppliers will actually come to you. But when it comes to things like flour, I don't buy in bulk. I like my flour fresh.
Oh, interesting. There's something like fresh flour. I didn't know that.
Flour expires in 3 months, I think. So for flour, I don't buy in bulk. I'm buying flour almost every other day because personally, that's my personal preference. Because I'm looking at the quantity or the batch baking that I'm doing and the quantity that I need. So if I don't need 50 kg, I don't have to buy 50 kg. Also, the quality of the raw materials influences the quality of the end product. So I factor in all of those things to make my purchases. So for milk and stuff, I have people that actually supply to me. Cake boxes, I think there are so many companies on Instagram that we buy from. So and sometimes I buy stuff from ShopRite, farmers markets, fresh fruits like if you're using lemons and stuff like that. But butter, sometimes I actually have someone that supplies me, and that I buy in bulk because price is changing all the time. So I buy like a number of boxes and then store them.
What would you do if you were baking and selling cakes and stuff like that? Is there something else that you'd rather be doing?
I love to organize stuff. So if I wasn't baking or decorating cakes, I'll probably go into events. So it's still kind of the same space, isn't it? The same space. But also, I'm also good with management. So anything management or admin. I used to be an administrator, so anything along those lines, I'm able to do it.
Cool. And I guess what advice would you have for people that may be interested in setting up something like this?
Take your time. Someone will think that you've done it and you're telling them to take their time. But it's because of the ups and downs. You have to be extremely resilient to be able to run a business. So you have to be mentally ready for it. So if you're not, don't rush it. Don't do it just because everybody is doing it. Do it because you're ready. You might not be fully ready, but do it because you know that regardless of what the business throws you away, you're in for the long haul and you're going to be able to withstand the storm. So
And what's your goal for House of Cakes? Where do you want it to go? I actually wonder, why do you call it House of Cakes?
Because I was making cakes from home.
Why didn't I guess that? That makes sense.
When I picture House of Cakes, I in the next, let's say 5 years, I want it to be like a household name, where you know that you're coming to House of Cakes for good and quality products, not compromising on the quality at all. I don't see it being something for the masses because I feel like quality can't be for everybody. But generally, we're giving you affordable and quality. So I'm looking at House of Cakes being popular in the sense that people know us for the quality of the products, the taste, the customer service, and everything good and everything in between. Yes.
I think you're doing a great job so
Thank
far.
you.
I mean, yes, I love pastries and stuff like that, but I had it on a wow. Like, I didn't think I could find this around, especially at that price as well. So I think you're doing incredible work.
Thank
It's really, really good. So we're back in the kitchen now. The cupcakes are cold now, so we're about to decorate. So where do you get all these disposable things from?
Cake shops.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I order them.
Okay.
And sometimes people buy them for me because they know that I bake. So
That's
when you're
nice.
shopping, then they just add it to the list and send it to me.
Oh, nice.
But everything is in Ghana. Everything, all the cake shops, you'll find them there.
Okay. So how many staff members do you have?
Now it's just Nestina and I, but I had one guy. Unfortunately, he had to go.
Oh.
But I'm very hands-on, and like I said, I'm always planning ahead of time, so
Okay.
we don't have too much to do. Yeah.
I interviewed this lady the other day who owns a cake shop, and she was saying she preferred the powdered
Cream.
with cream. Is that
Yeah.
what you use as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
because it stabilizes it. It's very
okay.
good for the region that we find ourselves in.
Okay.
Because when it's warm,
It melts so
Yeah.
quickly. Okay.
but if I'm doing anything that has to do with whipped cream, I'm actually using whipped cream.
Oh, okay. I don't think I could do it like that.
You can do it. I'll leave the last one for you to do.
Okay.
So then your left hand will help you when you're making the swirl.
Okay.
Let me see what you've got here. Not bad. Have you done this before?
No.
Wow.
But I care about, I don't know,
These
cooking,
things, yeah.
these type of things. Hey.
No, but actually,
Oh my God,
I
you guys.
think- no.
Come see my cupcake.
And this is very close.
This one.
That one, you did amazing. No,
It
you
is
did so good.
Maybe I should be a baker.
Maybe
hey.
you should. I'm going to put some of this on here. Oh, this is going to be yummy.
Oh, that looks so good.
So that's for you. I hope you do enjoy.
Thank you. I will. I've had this before. The wine, so I'm looking forward to eating it. I hope you guys have enjoyed spending time with me and Nana. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was
I had a good
nice.
time too.
Same. It was really nice to chat. Come check her out, House of Cake. She's in East Legon. She's on the Boundary Road. What's the best way they can contact you if they want to contact you?
You can reach us on 0557-403-566. Also, you can find us on Instagram at House of Cakes GH. And East Legon Boundary Road, very close to Shiashi. It's not far from the Allied filling station, and it's also in the same building as Mukasachik.
I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see more content like this, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow your bliss. So now life is short. Follow your bliss na nipa ye day. Follow your bliss na de besi biaye, and follow your bliss na de nemada. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.